Straight up gems.
It's a hard rock life. Work it out, yeah, yeah. Work it out like a gem. DMS. Growing emotionally, yeah. Mentally, spiritually.
Straight up gems.
Welcome back to another episode of Straight Up Gems.
Yes.
I am your host, Marianne Reyes.
And I am Felicia Petey. Done.
Okay, M.A.
M.A.
You can call me M.A. You'll hear her say it all the time.
I sure will. M.A., M.A., M.A.
Before we get started, I just want to know,
Yes.
how's your week been?
My week. How has my week been? It's been really good. It's been really good. Really chill. Kind of more so like just working on voiceover projects.
Nice.
Building my clientele and working on the podcast.
I got a voiceover project for you coming
Loving
soon.
life. Ooh, I'm excited.
FYI.
I can't wait. How was your week?
It was good. I kind of like took a step back and realized I'm about to drop a big gem right now, but
Gem drop.
we can explain later, maybe another episode. But I realized that I was focusing so much on the blessing and not the blessor. That situation. So this whole past week, I've just been focusing on the Lord, like just carving out that time and just being grateful, making sure I'm still pursuing that relationship to get closer to Him, because that's how all these opportunities came in the first place. So I see it kind of like a upkeep or maintenance of what I have, being a good steward of what you have. You know what I mean?
Self-check.
Not neglecting, who gave it to you, kind of thing, or who opened that door for you. So
I love that.
yeah, I had to take a little step back. I've been in study mode, hardcore.
That's good, because you don't want God to snatch it, because He will snatch.
New pens.
New pens. Are you taking notes with your new pens?
Yes, I am.
Well, good.
Man, my notes be like pages long.
I love it.
Yeah. Something about myself, I realized I have to do these like little things to just motivate myself.
Hey, do what you
like
gotta do.
get a planner.
So start actually. But a lot of people like that though.
Sometimes, alright,
What
don't
is
laugh
it?
at me.
Oh, Lord.
Sometimes I'll
What
fall
you about to
asleep
say?
in my gym clothes. I'm not in in new fresh, like I'll take a shower, put gym clothes on so that I can wake up
and work out. Do what you gotta do.
I gotta do
because
it.
you have to set yourself up for success. So if you know that that's what you need to do, by all means, sis, do it.
Yeah, so I got new pens for
Let
my
me see this pen.
hardcore studying,
Okay.
Check it out.
Oh, these are nice.
Try it
but
right.
See, but the thing is, I'm a lefty, and so this type of ink, it's just gonna smear across the page.
I
my
didn't
God.
even know.
You did not know?
No, I never realized you were.
Where is your friend card?
Oh my
Because I'm about to take it back. Boyd. Let me write my name up here.
Look at that.
So being a lefty and the pens that have like that really like that ink that hits the page.
Yeah.
Depending on how you write as a lefty, it will be like ink all on the side of your pinky. So certain pens I just can't use.
Yeah.
And it's okay. It's cute. It's cute.
Whatever.
Tell our sisters about our topic.
Okay.
Our shouldas. I will say that. Our shouldas.
Right.
Straight up gems.
Audience. Okay. So today we're talking about role models.
Yes.
But not exactly our role models.
Right.
But when people approach us and you realize the whole time they was watching you, and you are a role model.
Yeah, so that's the question. Like, who's role model? Like me? Like, no, me? Yeah, especially in like our society now, where it seems as if like social media is where you get your role model from. And I mean, I don't think it's by chance that it's called followers. But to me, and what I think when it comes to like being a role model, I really do feel and believe that people have to understand that you have a responsibility. Yeah. Like just living is a responsibility. And I just don't think that people really like take into account the responsibility that they have. And so it comes off as, well, I didn't ask for anybody to be following me. Like I didn't ask for someone to be looking at what I'm doing, but it's like, but in reality to live well, you have to understand that living well comes with a responsibility. Yeah. So that's true. Have you experienced any hard rocks when it comes to either someone that you were following that led you into a ditch?
Ooh, Oh, that's a good
or
one.
that you looked up and realized that there were more people than you thought were following you?
Mm-hmm. All right.
And how does social media play?
Oh, this is a lot.
I'm giving it to you. And how does social media like play a part in that?
Okay, so to your first point, I do notice like when I follow certain people on social media, I'm like, oh, you know, it's for certain things, and I'm like, oh, she's great, she's funny, da da da, I love it, blah blah blah, I love her personality, and then I feel like I leave the situation once I realize like, oh, you can see their values.
Got it.
And I'm like, ooh, I don't think I should be following
Right.
this person.
But that's good that you even say that, because I really don't think that people even take into account other people's values.
Yeah.
Like to say that I can see someone, because you live out what you value. Like you're living according to your values, whether you know it or not. And so for you to even say that is like a gem that you should be looking at people in your life and who you're following, making sure those people align with your own values. But
And
a lot of times people don't even have none. That's a problem.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And
Wow, that's good.
I think it's just coming from the same mentality of, you know, you got to see
See the
people,
fruit?
the 5 people that you
5 closest
surround-
people you hang around with.
you heard about that
Yeah.
before. Or even in relationships, like first thing you look for is value. Well, for me.
For me too. I'm like,
okay.
what do you value?
Well,
Like,
maybe young, you know, for the younger me though, and I'm gonna tell myself, no, it wasn't the case.
Yeah.
Either you was fine or not. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Nah, tell the truth. Tell the whole truth.
I did always have a sense of value, for real. And it's because I know how I am. I know I'm very different, peculiar, whatever you want to say. And I don't see the world the way everyone else does. Yeah, and I think it's because of my values. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody who has different values, and I say relationship, even
friendship,
even
whatever,
friendship,
followers.
even following,
That's
a
good.
relationship. I mean,
Absolutely.
literally, you probably put more time into following somebody than you call your mother.
Come on,
You know what I mean?
speak on it. Say that again. Run it back. Yeah, that's true.
So that's a
true.
relationship if
It's
you
true.
think about it.
It's true.
You know. Dang, I just told on myself. I want to call my mom now.
So she's on Instagram.
Wait a minute.
More than that. Kidding.
No.
So did you look up and realize there were more? Did you make any adjustments to your lifestyle or how you were moving because you realized there were more people following you, or did it?
Yeah.
Or did you have that aha, like, oh, wait a minute,
Yeah.
I need to be an example?
Exactly. Okay, I'll tell you 2 stages. So it was that aha moment. So I used to teach dance starting when I was like 16.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say how many years ago that was.
Because we know y'all like to calculate.
Exactly. But yeah, so when I was 16, right, I started teaching dance, and I progressively grew into a position where I'm teaching a lot of kids
Younger
now.
kids,
Yeah. And I would teach a lot of kids, and I remember there was this one time where I keep a lot of like my letters and stuff
Right.
in a shoebox. And one time I was moving, and I saw all of these letters, right?
Yeah.
And my students, they used to write me
Oh wow.
like Miss,
cute.
like all kinds of things, like, man, they're really watching.
Absolutely.
Miss Marianne, I love how you do something so particular.
so-
I
yeah,
love how
specific.
you know, put your hair like this or whatever. Like, I
Yeah.
love how you teach. I thank you for blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Like, oh my goodness. And
Right.
these little, they are watching.
Absolutely.
And if they're watching, you know, like imagine your peers who
Exactly.
are the same, you know, on
Yeah.
the same level as you. Yeah, they're watching too.
Right.
You know, you are exposed daily, as you should be, you
Yeah.
know,
Exposed.
as you should be. I don't think anyone should be isolated. I feel
Right.
like we all have a purpose of being
Absolutely.
here to interact with each other, commune.
Right. Community.
Yeah, fellowship.
So do you feel like when it comes to, you know, like entertainment, where people get most of their news and a lot of people on social media, do you feel like there's more people that need to step into that, I guess, awakening or that understanding of
That
like
people
you
are
have to be
watching.
responsible
Yeah.
for the platform that you were given, whether you look at it as, because everybody wants the blessing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so everybody are really caught up in, oh, I got all of this and I'm getting these brand deals and I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but not realizing that these people that come, like when you look at a person's page or whatnot, and it shows how many people are engaged with you, I don't think a lot of people really realize that even if it's 200, 189, that's 89 people that are looking to you for whatever reason that I don't think everybody is so much aware or even care about.
Right. No, I totally agree. I think, so that was that first aha moment where I'm like, oh shoot, people are watching, right? That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And then now it's to a point where it's like, I don't even think so much of like who's watching, or it doesn't kind of like come to a shock.
How you
I
operate.
know, yes,
That's good.
I need to operate excellently, period.
Yeah.
Because
Facts.
above anyone else,
You got the answer.
You know
You
who's
answer the
watching.
guide. Exactly. Yeah.
The one who actually controls this universe.
So do you think more people that have like a spiritual or a faith foundation are more of the people that are aware or not?
Yeah. And I think it could be spiritual, or it could just be that, you know, some people are spiritual, some people just have that awareness of themselves, like, I want to be excellent.
Right.
I want to do, you know, X, Y, and Z. And those are the people I think have the organic following.
Yeah.
You know, those are the people who just are attracted to that kind of, it might be digitally, but you can feel that spirit, like, you know, that energy or whatever when somebody is just like a go-getter and loves life and wakes up, you know, and then it's like, you know, people are watching now. People are watching, but it comes to a point where I don't think that person really cares.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think
like,
I've come across a lot of people that I feel that just don't even care.
Yeah.
Or especially when it comes to, like, I guess, you know, when like a celebrity is in the media about something and they're like, well, like, whatever. It's like, yo, you don't get to, if you're not hiding in your room at your house and not putting yourself out there to be seen, you definitely have to be aware and have an understanding of the responsibility and the mantle that you stand on. That you really shouldn't be in the streets just doing whatever for the media to be catching you doing X, Y, and Z.
And don't fall into the trap of just be yourself, da-da-da, it doesn't matter, blah, 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 just be yourself. And then the people who want to follow you will follow you. Yes, to a certain degree. You know what I'm saying? To a certain degree.
Yeah.
And I understand that point. Yes, I get it.
Yeah.
But you can be yourself all by yourself. You don't have to put a camera on you.
Facts.
You know
exactly.
What I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
Now, when you make the decision, oh, I'm going to pull my camera up. Oh, I'm going to post and da-da-da.
Or I'm going to be out and about all the time.
Yeah. You're making a decision to make it public.
That's
to make it known. To make it accessible to everybody who follows you and potential more followers or whatever, right? So now you have responsibility.
Absolutely. I just think at the end of the day, the responsibility, it just comes. It just comes with, like, being a living being. Yeah. Period.
Where do you feel like you fall on that spectrum?
Well, I've always looked at myself as a leader.
Yeah.
And so I think it's funny because I was a part of a mentorship program, and, like, they spoke a lot about, like, John Maxwell.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who John Maxwell is, look him up. He's like the leadership guru of the world, okay? And he just articulates so well what it means to be a leader and how, in my mind and how I, like, understand, I feel like everyone can be a leader and everyone is born to lead. Yeah. That's just how I think. You might not look at yourself as a leader, but I really do think that everybody is a leader because of the simple fact that people are following you whether you're in the limelight or you're not. Yeah. And so for me, because I've always looked at myself as a leader, I always thought twice about certain things that I would do because I just thought of myself that way. Not saying that so much a person said, yes, Peter, you're a leader, and now these people are going to follow you. It was more so like I just always innately knew that that's who I was. That's okay. And so for me, I'm always like aware of, you know, just how I live. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, of course, nobody is perfect. We're all imperfect people. But I do think, like you said, like living a life in excellence, or how, you know, it's always said in, like, you know, faith-based spaces that, you know, I'm not perfect, but I'm progressing. Yeah. And so I feel like, like when it comes to leadership, especially when it comes to like social media, it's so much access. It's so much access. It's so many like people care too much about other people's business. To me, it's like, I don't understand why people care so much. But because that is a fact, and because it is out there, because that's where whoever the people that are behind it all want you to be, I think the people that garner all of these eyes, like more eyes than others, really got to understand. Sorry, that just stop, pray, and give God thanks. Thank you, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
Hey, it's a reminder. So I really do think that people have to understand, like, you don't get a chance to choose. Like, you don't get to be sloppy all your life.
Yeah.
Like, you don't get to be crazy all your life. Like, yes, we don't make perfect decisions all the time.
But don't rely on
not making a good decision every time. Like, it's like,
I just didn't make a no, don't make
want
that
to
your
be
alibi.
excellent, want to be good, want to do well,
Exactly.
do right by people. Understand that, in the era that we're in with social media, that you got to take it serious. Take it serious to get off.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. If you don't take your platform serious, or you're on there to be the Twitter fingers, being mean to people, bullying, and all this extra stuff, get off.
Yeah.
Get off. Go mow a lawn or something. Go do something else. But get off of social media. And that goes for people too that are considered like the limelight, because it's not only celebrity now. Now it's influencer. It's like, that wasn't even a term years ago. Then now it's a thing. So it's like, okay, well, if you're garnering this quote unquote title, understand that title also comes with a responsibility, period.
Yeah.
Period. Because it's kind of like, just like unfollow everybody. Like, I don't know. No, like you said, following people based on their values.
Yeah.
You can tell.
A lot of people don't, though.
They don't.
And that's the problem. That's why we do have to have that sense of responsibility. Because a lot of people don't. They don't stop when, values are unmatched, because they don't have a good sense of their own values.
Yeah.
So if that's the case, and all these people are like loosely following everybody, and you guys are filling up, their timeline and feeding their mental, like, guys, like, we gotta watch out what we have to
watch out what we put out there.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, because sometimes it's crazy, because the younger generation after us, I just really feel for them, because it's so many distractions. It's like the phone. Like, I don't even think they even understand, like, what it's like to just live without that.
Mm-hmm.
And because that's their reality, it's kind of like, how do we, as the generation before them, really take care of them?
Yeah.
Like, how do we take care of the generations after us? Because when it comes to the responsibility of being a leader and being a role model, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
So what do you think could be, because I would consider, like, the hard rock of it all is that people not really knowing what they stand for or what they truly believe in, that their role models are people that are like, what?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, this is who you look to. So is it more so like the people in their lives personally, or is it more so them, if they are in their 20s or in their 30s or what, older, you should just know better?
Shoot. You should. But then again, we all know better. There's a lot of things that, after I do something like that.
You knew better.
I knew better than that.
Okay. Okay. So we're not giving no excuses.
No, I mean, yeah. At the same time, we have to reflect. Like, take time to reflect.
Take time to
reflect. That's a gem, because I think, this is funny. Okay. Guys, I don't post a lot on Instagram for this reason. I am very cautious of what I put out there. I know just throughout my life, like, there's a lot of people that hit me up. Oh, God. Like, those students, when they were kids, now I think they would hit me up when they're in, like, high school, college. Yeah. Some people giving me a great story. There's, like, one or two that I can tell, like, went a different direction. Yeah. And they still follow me. So, like, sometimes I do kind of, like, think about all of those things. So when you guys are like, oh, Marianne, you never post, whatever. Like, I know.
But that's good, because you have an awareness, though. You know what I mean? Because, like, what you put out there is going to be out there. So it's kind of like, do you want to be known for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to, like, women, especially, like, your body, like, loving your body, loving yourself, love it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Your body image, loving who you are. But sometimes I think it gets a little bit out of hand.
Out of hand.
And it's
an
like,
excuse to be
what is
super
this?
ratchet.
Yeah, it's like, what is this? You know what I mean? Like, and to me, I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, this person really thought that was okay just to put it out there like that. Like,
just because your comment says, you know, whatever, feminine this, whatever, accept your body. Like, okay, you can accept your body all by yourself.
I'm telling you.
Like,
because some certain things don't need to just be out there like that.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
But I know it's a message. Okay, I kind of sort of take that back a little bit because I know that, you know, we are using the platform as
But sometimes
message.
it don't be that.
But
though.
sometimes I can see right
a thirst
through it.
trap.
Yes, exactly.
It's like, why? But why would you do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think it might really fall back into, I mean, if that is what this person values, as far as like, I just think for the people who are following, I think we as followers, because everybody follows someone, that we really need to be in alignment with that person's values. Because if they don't align, that's not someone that you should allow to feed into your life.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to do you any good.
Yeah, I think that's like one of the bigger gems, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, finding your own self-worth before you get caught up in all of these other, not self-worth, values.
Yeah.
Before you get caught up in everybody else's values,
Right.
and then it starts to shape your own.
Right,
you
because
know?
that's, as they say, it's like, if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Yes, there it is.
So I feel like that's really what it is. And it's just like, and then people are wondering, oh, why this person fell off. And then they're just like, oh, we definitely, as a society that taps so much into social media, have lost the connection of like the human connection with each other.
Yeah.
And instead of it being like, if somebody fell off, instead of somebody like reaching out to that person like, yo, are you okay? Or how can I help you? How can I serve you? It's more so like, well, let me go over here and follow this person and see what they're doing, and let me go laugh at that, or laughing at it. Oh, this girl just went crazy, or this boy just did this, and now he da-da-da-da. Let's make fun of it.
Right.
Let's
And
repost the
so
bad
worse.
about it.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, man, what happened? And I think it, like you're saying, the gem of it all is like, what do you really value?
Yeah.
And then finding value in other people, and how can you align yourself with what you say that you really believe. You know what I mean? And that should be a reflection. Like, that should be the reflection of where you get your, I guess, information, or where you would be like, I'll take heed to this person leading me in a way.
So, understanding what you want, because I know that not a lot of people have their values all together. Yeah, especially if you're younger. You know what I mean? And you were raised a certain way, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you should have an image of how you want to be.
Right.
You might not know exactly what those values are.
Right.
But if you see yourself happy, you see yourself respecting or honoring the people around you, you see yourself, you know what I mean, like a good person, then yeah, okay, I get it. You can filter a whole lot of people out of your timeline.
You can do a lot just off of that. You sure right.
And then you can follow the others that can help you define those values for yourself. Sure, okay, I get that. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just be careful. That's all I'm saying. And filter,
That's
unfollow, whatever.
Don't just use the filter, but filter. Filter people, because leadership is important.
Yeah.
And one thing that John Maxwell said, he said that what did he say? He said leadership is influence. And to me, I feel like, being an entertainer myself, if we are the biggest influencers and having the word influencer as a title, then we should be the biggest leaders. And so I think we need to really take that to heart.
Yeah, that's good.
That leadership is influence. So who you're influencing, you're leading them. So asking yourself, am I leading well?
That's good. Piggyback on that.
Yeah.
What I was about to say earlier, like, I go on Instagram a lot of times, and I just watch old videos and post them on. I'm so weird. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. No, but it's good. It's good though.
I ran into this one post from years ago.
Yeah.
It was one of those like panoramic pictures where I'm taking a picture of myself or whatever, right? It's a long time ago. And the caption hit me. Just me talking, my younger self talking to me.
Yeah.
And it said, "Did you do a self-check lately? Have you done a self-check lately? Make sure you still like yourself."
Ooh.
Because you know, however many people like you or follow you it falls short from if you even like
if
yourself.
you like yourself.
You
That's
know,
good.
that's bigger than anybody else's likes. I think that's what it said. But man,
like
that thing hit me. I was like,
Wow.
I haven't. And I mean,
Yeah.
at that time.
Right.
I haven't. And then that's when it kind of also nudged me into the direction of my week. I told you
That
I've
you need
really
to
been pressing
sit
in.
down. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't like myself at that
Wow.
time. I was like, man,
But you can be honest
I'm
and say that,
grinding
though.
hard.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't have a life.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like so like pressing in on
Right.
the blessing and not,
And
you know,
not-
losing my focus. So yeah, I did that. I did
Yeah.
that self-check, and I think that's very healthy to see if you even like yourself.
Mm.
And I'm not
That's
saying
good.
if you love yourself. Yeah, most of us do, you know,
Yeah.
we love ourselves. But do you
But you
love
like
yourself
yourself.
enough
Yeah.
to make sure that you like yourself?
You
'Cause
love
a lot of
yourself enough
people-
to make sure you like yourself. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because you'll do what you got to do to get your standards back, get your values back, start
Right.
operating and acting the way that you know better, the way that
Yeah.
you know to be.
Right.
So that's my big takeaway.
That's good.
But one of my hard rocks, I mentioned it a little bit earlier, and I see it also as a hard rock, is that I don't post because sometimes I'm way too self-conscious.
Oh.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Not insecure or whatever, but just self-conscious. Like I'm not, or overly conscious, not
Yeah.
too much self-conscious, but overly conscious of the people watching.
Got it.
And I say it's a hard rock because that also reflects how much do I trust
So
myself.
yourself. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Well,
know
that's
that I'm a
awesome.
good person.
Right.
Am I just being a good person, or do I really
Really
trust
true.
that I am embedded, like that,
Yeah,
you know, I am a
deeply,
good person?
yeah.
Because if that is the case, I should be able to post anything.
Right.
I should be able to pull up this phone and just like, you know, and have somebody follow me the whole time
Yeah.
and be okay with posting that.
Yeah.
Because that's integrity.
Right,
And I want
right.
to stay, you know, I want to keep that
That's what
value of integrity up. And if that's the case, then I shouldn't have that struggle.
You shouldn't.
You know what I mean?
For
Like
sure.
I should be able to freely post anything that I want
Right.
because there is nothing to
There's
hide.
nothing to hide.
There is nothing, you know what I mean?
Right.
So yeah, that's a hard rock that I am learning right now. My current hard rock
Okay.
that I'm learning to transform into a gym.
That's good.
But yeah, this conversation even is helping. So
That's great.
yeah,
That's good. I love that. There's so much, you know, when it comes to just having a desire to, you know, to lead well.
Mhm.
And that's like, you know, for siblings to leading their younger siblings, for our parents being good leaders for us because that's what we see. But then also, you know, being mindful when we do get out into the world, like it's important for us to really like look at who you're following
Yeah.
and not just a click of a button, but
Mhm.
really like knowing what that is for you.
Yeah, and really putting it on the same level as like, you know, the people, physical people around you. Just
yeah.
because it's a click of a button and so easily accessible to
Yeah.
tap into somebody's life
Yeah.
doesn't mean that it shouldn't be held in the same regard.
In the same regard.
Because you are
I agree.
still getting fed by
By that, whether you know it or not.
what you're seeing and
Yeah.
what you're
That's good.
hearing.
For
So
sure.
that's the big
Yes.
jam.
That's
Right?
it, right? That's good. I think
Yeah.
there's a lot to learn. You know what I mean? I really do think there's a lot to learn in this
Mhm.
and knowing like, you know, who you are and what you value
Yeah,
and just being able to just self-check.
yeah. And with this said, with all of this said, I know that this is a podcast, a new platform for
Yes.
us. So let's just take a look at that. I want to ask you.
Okay.
I know we're on the same page, but I want to ask you. Tell the folks like, what is your position in doing this?
Why do we want to do it? Oh my
Yeah.
God. The podcast is just even in this conversation right now, I just think that there is, you know, there's a space for people. I wanted us to be able to create a space for people to come to feel like they're a part of, to feel like the conversation includes them, to know that we are not perfect people. I am far from perfect, but
Yep.
just being able to like just share the journey. I think that if more people, you know, are able to hear other people's journeys, they feel like they're less alone or less by themselves, or that they aren't the only one that feel that way, that have been treated like that, or that have been seen a certain kind of way. And, you know, Straight Up Gems, it's like there's lessons all along the way. As long as you're living, there's going to be a lesson to be learned.
Yeah.
And I wanted us to be able to have a space that we could share
Mm-hmm.
with people from all over the world. I just feel like if we can touch just one person, just helps one person transform, one person get over what they might consider as a hard rock in their life, then I did my job.
Right. And so even after this conversation, talking about the followers.
Right.
So we have we're gonna, our followers are gonna build, right?
Yes, they are.
The sugars.
The sugars.
They're gonna build. What do you want to tell them specifically after learning about this whole hard rock and gem with picking people and choosing people to follow and da-da-da in regards to us?
As I would say to take the lessons, reflect on your own personal life, apply the things that you learn from us, share your own stories and your own journeys, because you can teach us things too. Like, we can all learn from each other. And knowing that MA and I are human beings and we're not going to always get it right, you know what I mean, but knowing that our hearts and our intentions are in the right place, that whatever we post when it comes to like social media is for the good of other people, to really be able to pour into people, because that's what you're going to get from us. You know what I mean? And even on my personal page, it's nothing really crazy, like, but that's just not who I am. So what you see is who you're going to get, and that's me.
I love it
all the time. What about you?
For our followers, by no means did I come into this role as I am a role model. I know everything. I'm an expert at everything. No, absolutely not. This is an opportunity for us to create a platform for others to have a platform to speak on things as well. So this is like an open door to start a conversation around the hard rocks that we're all experiencing.
Absolutely.
And the gems that I wish I could tell my younger self. But instead, the next best thing to do is pass it along to everybody else, right? So if it helped me, this is a great platform for me to see if it could help anybody else. And that's it. By no means am I saying I'm an expert or that's the ultimate only way to do it.
Right, absolutely.
Or that you have to have the same exact view on everything. No, not at all. And I know I'm going to sit up here and talk about God all day because I love him.
I love God. You don't love God? What's wrong with you? And, seriously, but that's our value. So
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
And so if that might rub you the wrong way, it is okay.
That's fine.
That's fine. What is for you is for you. What is, and that's
absolutely.
it. And we understand that because both Felicia and I, we do unfollow, we do filter, we do,
absolutely.
Like I told you, if it comes to the point where it's like, ooh, this don't line up with me, unfollow.
That's
and that's totally fine.
Our feelings won't be hurt.
Take the meat and spit out the bones, and I do that with everything. The church that I go to, with that, you know what I mean? Like everything, it don't matter, you just take the meat, spit out the bones. Take what's good for you, that's it.
I love it. So we hope you guys will be on this journey with us for the long run. We love you guys.
Love you.
Peace.
Thank you so much for listening to your two favorite Capricorns. I'm Felicia P.D. Dunn.
And I'm Marianne M.A. Reyes. Be sure to rate, leave a review, and subscribe to our show.
You can connect with us on socials at Straight Up Gems.
Or email us at info@straightupgemspod.com.
Until next time,
we love you.